Ishtalan. A basin of water before you is frozen completely through. But all the ruckus, the surface of it is cracked, 1,000 fragments spearing out in every direction from the center to the edges of the bowl. The sound of Peach's sobbing has subsided to something more gentle, willful. She insisted that there was someone there just a moment ago, but you all remember when someone's missing. Cyfred, Casey, that they were just here. Rhea. Where are they now? But no, you've gotten used to that feeling. This is something different. Something, just the edges of your mind. Something wrong. You are in the forests at the crest of a hilltop that overlooks expanse of frozen winter forest spreading into the east toward the stone tower, your eventual destination. Somsel and the children have parted ways, and you remember you met up with Pretty Egg Girl and her tribe of hunters, Arrakis folk that had come from another land trapped on your side of the world. But there's something, wasn't something different? Hard to know. Fire crackles. Peaches got her hat on Kabeth's shoulder. Ava, Esmond, you're nearby. Isn't Casey just here? Where is he now?
I think Peach raised her head off of Kabeth's shoulders and look around at the people at the campfire, looking at Samson, and then no, you all need to do one more round, okay? Tell me who all is supposed to be here, like everybody, including those who are currently like missing, okay? I want the whole list of who all is supposed to be here just one more time for me, please.
Esmond is probably sitting across from Peach and Kabeth on a log on the other opposite end of the fire. Hands clasped, and he just kind of sighs and looks back up and just counts off. There's supposed to be myself, Ava, Kabeth, Ishtalan, you, Peach, Casey, Aurea, Cyfred. That's all we remember.
That ain't right. That ain't a number. That's. But you all remember Casey and Cyfred, though, right? They were just here a moment ago? An hour ago or yesterday?
Yeah. Like usual, two memories. One that is the true memory, one that is the false true memory. Yes.
And you all aren't worried about them? Everybody's been coming back so far.
I'm worried every time somebody disappears, but it's become at this point it's become an accepted occurrence that anyone will vanish and then reappear, even if we seemingly travel great distances. I'm not saying I don't believe you about Salinger. This is actually a concern I've had since the moment this all began, that any one of us could disappear. leaving no trace whatsoever. But there's nothing that can be done about it, I don't think.
Is there no trace, DM? Peach would have kept the, like, packaging that Sal had wrapped the picture frame in.
I quickly look to the side, the wrapping, the picture frame. They're still there.
Peach would, kind of tidied up it back into her pack and say, no, there's real evidence that he was here, that I know that what I know he was a real person. I know he's really real. I know he was here until just a moment ago, and I don't know why you all don't remember him properly.
And hold on to that. Hold on to those things that are still here. Hold on to those memories that you still have. If this person does exist, I don't know why you would be the only one to remember him, but you do. And so
I'm sorry, as I can't. It was the entire day yesterday. We spent the morning preparing him for the fight, and then at noon he took on that huge Ornakus monster, and they fought.
Peach. I understand that's how you remember it. I'm not saying that your memory is wrong. I'm not saying that our memories are wrong. I'm saying that
something's wrong.
Yes.
So I mean, Ishtalan has stood up and is sort of pacing around the fire, just like around the edge of the camp, and she says, I don't remember this person that you named either. Salinger. I remember pretty girl coming to join us. But I don't remember this fight you're talking about, but I feel something is off. But I cannot put a greater pinpoint on it than that.
I've also got an odd feeling in my stomach, chest, memory. Something is off. I haven't been able to pin what it is exactly, but I feel that as well. That all said, Peach, there's nothing that can be done about it now. Salinger, whoever he is, whoever you remember him as, you are the only person that seems to have retained that connection to him. So I don't know what we're going to find at the Stone Tower. I don't know if we'll find any answers to actually figuring out this whole dimension falling apart issue, and I don't know if the disappearance of this Salinger is involved in that. But I will. I'll do what I can to right whatever is wrong about this. I just you need to hold on to Salinger.
And in the meantime, she turns around and sits back down by the fire. You can help us remember him, perhaps, or we can help you remember him if you tell us stories that you remember about him. And we can all carry those memories, even if some of them only have them because you told it to us.
You all believe me? I know I've got kind of a reputation for making things up, But I promise you everything I'll tell you about Salinger Moral's real and true. And he was really real.
When you make up stories, you're usually more playful about them. You don't get this upset about the ones that you make up for fun.
Because I promise you, he was a real person. And we've got to find some way to fix this so that he can be back here, because it's wrong without him here. So yeah, I'll tell you as much as you'll listen to.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Where was I?
You just seem to be missing for a moment.
You wake up
No,
from...
I was here. I was here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is the tower, the stone tower, within, like, as in, we can get to it in the morning tomorrow easily? Or is it just visible on the horizon?
The stone tower? Not visible yet. You've still got like 6 days of travel.
Oh, okay. All right, you said tower. You meant the big spire.
Yeah, I just mean that the span to the east leads to the stone tower. You can't see it yet, though.
Oh, okay. Sorry, misunderstood. Are the lizard folk, the Ornakus folk, still around?
They went out hunting. But
Chris,
they've joined with your group.
As someone stepping into this, having been disappeared for just a minute, where is Ava?
Yeah, quick flashes. You remember you were traveling through the forest. Somsol and the children have parted ways with you. You encountered Pretty Egg Girl and the Oranakus folk in the forest. There was nearly a battle, but Pretty Egg Girl came forward and recognized all of you. And, they've joined with your group for now with hopes of getting home. Casey had promised that Esmond could open the portal. That would send them back. And they've gone off hunting into the forest. But they said they should have an easy time tracking you.
They said they'd have an easy time tracking us, Chris.
Yeah,
They're
it's
off hunting.
disquieting. Okay, thank you very much.
They did promise to bring their quarry back alive.
I don't know, that's more or less reassuring.
Alive and in one piece, or just alive?
You guys were very specific. You said alive.
Ugh, a bit of an oversight. Okay. Well, I mean, how much time before we're ready to move on?
You've all finished a long rest, and you might need a little bit more of a nap or time to get ready, but you could break camp.
Oh, you said we finished long rest?
Mm-hmm.
New spell!
Esmond shouts, raising his arms. And
You can't stress enough, that was not in character.
no spell!
Who spell? Don't care. New spell!
Esmond sits up from his bedroll, just like you hear a level up noise.
When we played D&D as teenagers, we eventually got to the point that we just said anything that you say at the table is in character.
If that was true, my character would be so much meaner than she actually is.
I feel like some of it is like Allah. They're the words that you say in character as your character, and then there are words that your character would say if they were having this conversation.
An alternate reality.
Yeah, I like the alternate reality take.
Used to the office style aside to camera.
All right, well, Ava checks the weather.
Yeah, there's a light snow coming down. It's gotten colder still, but a good campfire should keep you warm.
I just missed everything you said. I apologize. My headset went dead. So just
So it's there's snow coming down. It's gotten colder, but fire's enough to keep you warm.
cool. Well, we gotta get up and get moving because you gotta get the blood circulating, and we got a long hike ahead of us. We have like what, 5 days or so, Ez?
5, 6 days, give or take, I think.
No, daylight's burning.
Daylight burns pretty much 20 hours a day now. But Ishtalan is getting up and she's packing her stuff together and breaking down camp, essentially.
Esmond just mumbles under his breath, 21 hours.
I heard that. Thank you for the correction.
So as you break down camp and you get prepared for a long day, traveling through rough ground, no roads here. This is wilderness. Give me a brief description of how each of your characters are dressed for the travel.
Ooh, this is perfect timing for it. Ava gets up and starts to put on the breastplate and looks over as Ishalon sort of struggling with hers as well, starting to put it on. And she sort of like looks down with the breastplate half on and looks back and then sort of takes it off and walks over to her and says, "Hey, this one's a lot lighter. If I think it might be easier to hike in if you want it."
She picks it up, turns it over, and then it's basically like a light armor kind of thing.
It's like, yeah, it's like half the weight
Yeah.
of a normal breastplate.
Oh, okay. She picks it up, expecting it to be heavier, and then does this sort of thing. And then says, "Oh, yeah, this feels like it will be a lot easier. Thank you." And she promptly drops the Dead Forge breastplate, which goes clong, and starts to put on the new one. And then looks at the old one and says, "Slotty will probably want this, though, when we find her." And Esmond, or she looks at Peach first, and then she reconsiders, seeing that Peach is still like, red-eyed and everything, and she goes, "Esmond, do you still have that? You still have the bag that holds too much?"
My satchel of everything holding, yeah.
Think you can stick this in there for Shalati? And she picks up the strap of the breastplate she just took off and kind of waves.
Esmond will walk over and grab it and will, not anticipating the weight of it, will actually kind of drop a little bit. It's like, yep. And I will go through the process of shoving it slowly into the satchel. And if you'll just give me the details of like weight and everything else, so I can add that to my bag list. But yeah,
I'll put it in the change log.
Beth will come help you put that in your bag.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ishla will help too. She's not that. Although she is snickering a little bit.
I'll let the two strong women fill my bag for me. Thank you.
Esmond, it weighs 20 pounds.
Oh my god!
Well, do you have, by the way, there's the mind sharpener that you created, by the way. I think that I should probably keep that for a bit, if you still have it.
Sorry, I was thinking if I had an infusion slot. Totally. Let me pull out the conductors and let me throw that together for you real fast.
Cool, thanks.
Beth is wearing full plate armor, which consists of interlocking plates of metal that covers her entire body, including gauntlets, heavy leather boots, which she was already wearing because she has boots spring and striding, a visored helmet, and thick layers of padding underneath. And so she's wearing this, and she's got a woolen scarf wrapped around her neck to protect her from the cold metal. And she comes clunking over to help Esmond put just the breastplate version of what she's wearing into his bag. She's like, "Oh, let me help you." And she's like, clang, clang, clang. As she walks over, clang, clang, clang. "Here you go. I'll help you." Clang, clang, clang. As she walks away. What have we got to eat?
Got a really cool image now of Kabeth wearing like a steampunk Iron Man style mech suit.
This is why I have disadvantage on stealth, you guys. It's worth it. It's totally worth it.
Well, you were asking what all we were wearing. Esmond is wearing his standard silver gray poncho that he's had for years now. But underneath it, he's also got his orange copper-ish colored scarf that his mom had given him. And he is wearing, despite himself, tighter fitting woolen clothes to keep him warm. And he's also wearing his leather work gloves on a more daily basis due to the weather. So despite his best efforts, he's always somehow tracking a bit of grease onto anything or anyone that he happens to just kind of just touch just very, very lightly. Just everyone finds themselves a little bit of grease on them at some point.
Peach is wearing her restful studded leather, gifted to her by Cyfred. It fits her well, and well enough that she can sleep in it, she can rest in it, and over that she has a few layers just to keep her warm. She looks relatively the same as she has looked the past few days of this journey, except for a few key differences. Her head is bowed lower than it has been the past few days, and her cheeks are red, her nose is red as well, and she has the addition of a gold ribbon that she's tied around her neck like a choker, and that's the ribbon from the parcel that Salinger gave her that she still maintained. So other than that, she is wearing exactly what she has been and trudging along. She's no longer crying. She is just following along at pace with the rest of them, very competently, quietly following.
Araya's wearing the vestments of her order, which is a far heavier linen brocade, as kind of like a large robe that goes over the voluminous robes that she always wears, and she seems to be sort of lost within it. But if you notice her hands, she has more shiny rings than she had last time. And still the cursed one that she happily wears, but a fancy other one that just seems to make things go her way. In theory, I roll terribly.
Ishtalan has on, surprisingly not actually the same stuff as Shalati did. She apparently came out of the ether, full grown and with her own set of clothes. And it is a set of fur-lined leather, dark brown, like rippled, dappled shades of brown and gray and black, that altogether would make her actually pretty difficult to see in a nighttime or in a forested environment. This being daytime and mostly snow is not as helpful as one might think. But there are bits of fur peeping out over the top of her thigh-high boots, and the neck of the coat is like a bit of a duster thing. It buttons up really high against when she turns it up to go over her nose. If you've seen, I was not Brotherhood of the Wolf, very much like this coat's beginning of the.
I should remember. Have you all? You said that?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm lagging really badly. Nope. Can you just tell him I'm lagged out for a second?
We can hear you. You're turned off your camera. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, it took a second. It was kind of crashing there. Sorry, I was trying to just do a quick description. Yeah, Ava's in what looks like winter clothing, sort of like furred collar with a bit of a hood, but the hood is back down, her hair is up, and it is unusual in the sense that the way it is worn, instead of being pulled tight, it is very loose-fitting, and as though it is warmer outside than it actually is, with maybe the sleeves pushed up a little bit. She's not wearing, once again, not wearing any armor, and has her shield on a contraption with leather straps on her back. Sorry if I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Out of character, I realized one. You guys leveled up, right? What level are you now?
No, we're level 10. We in 2 more this session, and the next will be level 11.
Okay.
I did inadvertently last week say something cute like, hey, level up. But yeah, that was me misreading Patrick's post.
Okay. Just, actually, so you can plan ahead of time. When you guys level up next, you will gain 1 more item attunement slot. Magic item attunement slot.
I mean, I can use my mysterious cloak.
Thank you, benevolent DM.
Yeah. You have broken camp and you have begun your travels into the east. You are in wild and untamed lands now, covered in snow, made treacherous by ice, uneven ground, thick, dried brambles that have become brittle in the winter. It's hard walking, hacking your way through brush, moving up and down steep hillsides. Careful always navigating your way to not be set off on some wild detour that'll force you to circumvent steep cliff sides. That might take you days out of the way. At some point, hours into your journey, Ava and Ishtalan, the two of you, are kind of walking near each other, maybe near towards the back of the group.
All right, yeah, Ava's pacing along. She looks contemplative. There's been a lot that's happened, it's felt like, in the past several days, and she just seems to be reviewing a little bit in her head, gnawing at her lower lip, seemingly oblivious to the cold. She's got a walking stick in one hand that you've seen before. It is retractable. Occasionally she stows it back in her bag. It's got a little bit of flowers on it.
Does Eva have like bare sleeves of any, or bare arms, or is it just seem unusually thin clothing?
Yeah, it is clothing that would be appropriate for maybe winter, but it is not clothing that would probably you would still need to bundle up in it, and she sort of has the sleeves pushed up, so her forearms are sort of revealed, and her hood is not on top of her head, but instead loosely behind her, and the front of it, instead of being cinched tight around her chest beneath, or I guess she's not wearing armor, instead of being cinched tight, is again sort of loose in a comfortable way.
And looks over and just a little pawn with one glove finger at the exposed forearm and says, "Are you not cold?"
No, I got this. And she sort of like pats her arm where her bicep is. And she goes, I guess you can't see it, but it's something
Oh,
Casey
I thought you were
found.
just trying to flex on me.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, it's a.
I was
it's a
going to
thing.
say, if that's what you were trying to
it's-
do, I think you need to work out a little bit more before you want to try that move.
Yeah. She sort of just stares down and sort of feels self-conscious with talking about her body.
You get a
Just
side eye
laughs
from
and-
Beth.
Isabel laughs and like sort of does a little, punch to the shoulder and says, "Goodness, girl, I'm joking."
She's like, yeah, I know. No, but that, yeah, the thing keeps, it pretty warm, so it's, how are you?
You mean aside from being in the world that apparently I'm supposed to be dead and the sister that I thought I came back for isn't here? Okay.
That's good.
Again, a bit quickly and says, sometimes things are so shit, you don't really have any choice but to laugh at it, eh?
That's probably the best thing to do. I tend to just, like, think about it a lot.
Well, I think overthinking leads to moodiness. I suppose. She looks at Eva and then she looks at Esmond and says, as examples, and then she does this to the two.
I'm not that bad. She says,
Suppose
looking
not,
towards
yes.
Esmond. And then she sort of laughs a little bit and seems to brighten up and takes a breath and holds her head up and sort of looks around for the first time, stops chewing on her lip and looks more at the woods around them as they continue hiking through the snow.
Some hours later, maybe on the southern edge of the group as you're navigating the terrain, Peach and Araya, the two of you are traveling together.
So, let me get this straight. He was, like, really refined, but also, like, the largest ever, like, we'd ever seen. Like, he grew up bigger and faster than the rest of us, but, like,
Well, not
used tiny
bigger.
teacups.
That's really minimalizing it. He was so much more than that. He was bigger than us, but also there was some part of him that was still so, so innocent and boyish, and it was like he still, had a little bit of growing up to do, and he was big, but like, you got the feeling that maybe he would still get a little taller. And I remember his father and mom being a little bit bigger than him, but he was still, compared to the rest of us, he was just a slice of beefcake. I mean,
But he didn't. He didn't wear. Fashion though. Fashion.
no, I mean, I'm telling you, Ray, he wouldn't wear armor even if I asked him to, and he didn't look good in it anyway. He moved well
But that's not the
without
point
it.
of armor. Armor is supposed to protect you, not
I know,
look
but
good. I mean, ignore Cabess, that's wonderfully made stuff. It looks amazing, and that's just not fair. But normally, it's just supposed to, like, be a shield between you and the rest of the world, not look.
He used a shield. He could use
I
like
feel better
any
then.
weapon.
That makes more sense.
He was amazing to fight, but no, never any armor. You could just see that, his muscles right up below the shirt of his, and sometimes the coat, the seams would stretch just a little bit, but it was so well made, and just he never seemed to get dirty. And afterwards, he always was such an absolutely composed gentleman, no matter what. And so hard to describe him.
Behind you, Kabeth is making muscles and then kind of realizing that she's wearing full plate armor and you can't see her muscles, and she just like does that motion behind you and has a disappointed look on her face as she trudges behind you, clank, 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 clank.
But you look really good, Kabeth. But you look really good while doing it.
She winks and does a finger gun at you.
I guess I just didn't expect anybody to come from our town to, yeah. We're a fishing town.
Oh, but he's entirely unique. I mean, that's what made part of what made him so special. He did his work down the docks and all, but he also, he could hold a tune and have a cup of tea, and he could knock skulls together if he needed it. But he spoke so softly that if I talk quick, and
She
slow
just
down
sort of
properly to listen.
She'll hold your hand. The more you talk about him, though, the more I feel that he's kind of, you know that one guy in town that would complain when a character was like too perfect and called them like a Gary Sue? Are you sure? Well, lower the flaws.
I'm not gonna speak ill of Salinger. He's my boy. They're fond of him.
She squeezes your hand. No, you're right. You're right. I'd rather hear the nice things anyway. Sorry. Hey, I was trying to. Gary Sue counts.
I just realized you guys are ending the scene. Like,
Gary, a very common fantasy name.
Yeah, no, it's a trope. It's a trope. Too perfect for the story. No flaws.
He isn't gonna say bad things about the boyfriend that none of you remember.
No, but that makes it better.
Some hours later, near the front of the group, Esmond, Gabath, 2 years scouting ahead.
Esmond is walking along quietly. He's been keeping to himself ever since we left Muirwood, and he has sent Zephyrus along to kind of report back and forth whenever he can, and Typhon is walking alongside him, but he is not initiating conversation.
Next to you, all you hear is clang, 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 clang. And then as well, she'll stop and she looks at you and she's like, I realized today that you can't see my muscles through my armor. And that's a real shame because I work really hard on these.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you could flex for everyone when we make camp later?
Well, what if? Do you think it would look cool if I, like, changed the armor just so that it was chiseled so you could, like, see muscles? Like, they wouldn't be my muscles, obviously, because like, my muscles, like, I have fur on my legs and then I'm wearing lots of padding, so it's not like my muscles have created the indentation, but like you would have the visual like impact of being really muscular. And then do you think that would scare enemies into being like, whoa, she's so strong that her armor shows her muscles? She's gonna beat the crap out of us. We should run away.
I mean, to date, we haven't actually come across an enemy that could be intimidated. I don't think they've either been creatures from another dimension or undead, so I don't know if intimidation through false physicality would be as effective as you would want it to be.
What about the creatures that live underneath our town? They were intelligent and really terrifying.
I mean, I suppose, but it's they're I
I'm just picturing the Witcher's armor. You're welcome. It's in your head now. After a moment, she's like, yeah, I guess you're right. It is kind of hard to be scared of things when you're dead that's come back to life. Kind of changes everything. Hey, so I haven't, really gotten to ask you much about, the place that we're going. Like, I know there's a lot of pressure on you to, I don't know, fulfill some promises Casey made that I think were kind of ridiculous. And also, I don't know, we don't know what we're going to find there, but like, I don't know, I guess what I'm asking is there anything I can do to help you through this? You don't have to carry all the burdens on your own. You're not responsible for everything. We're all here to support you, too. Just like you look out for us.
Esmond gets uncomfortably quiet for a few moments before he kind of pipes up, responding. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know. I don't know what we'll find at the stone tower. I just hope that there's more details that could allow us to do what we have promised to do and avoid any repercussions. I'm okay. Thanks, though. I'm okay. And for the record, I think that it would be more intimidating to remove armor and then show the muscles underneath. If I feel like a reveal would be more dramatic and also catch someone off guard.
Noted. I will keep that tactic in my back pocket in case I need it.
And Esmond kind of shrinks from you a little bit. He still makes light conversation as we continue on, but he after you mention the stone tower, he kind of just pulls back a little bit.
Quebec is content to kind of trudge along you in relative silence, besides the noisiness of just her moving. Clank, 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 clank.
As you walk on, there's a moment, Kabeth, where maybe you've glanced back a bit to get a sense of the bearings of the others, and boom, you run straight into Esmond's back. Esmond, you've been distracted because you've spotted something up ahead, a shape different from the trees, lighter in color. Is that a building beyond the next grove?
Has Zephyrus reported back to me yet?
Zephyr hasn't come back yet.
Esmond will put up a hand and just kind of turn to everyone and just kind of like hold his finger over his mouth. There's something in the distance, a building, but we shouldn't be near the stone tower yet. Let's.
We've got 3 or 4 days to go to get to the tower.
We can approach, but we can also wait for Zephyrus to return and kind of give me an idea of the what to anticipate in the general area.
Or I can go ahead very quietly and invisibly.
Snow's very deep here.
How's the tree line right now? Or the tree thickness?
It's pretty thick right now.
Is it thick enough to go from branch to branch?
Potentially, yeah.
Without shinking snow from it and making the point of it be pointless.
Impossible.
Okay.
But it also means that if anything's coming our way, we'll see it too, so I could just go and tell.
Sorry. I had a total brain meltdown, shutdown. Okay. Ishlan thinks for a moment and says, I can go ahead and perhaps not even leave footprints in the ground. Getting around may be a bit tricky, but let's try this. And she looks down at her feet and okay. We'll click her heels together, I guess, because that's a classic. And is going to try and use the Ascent of Brunhild to rise vertically. Although I gotta roll 1d4 to see if it works. Okay.
Is a 3 good?
As long as it's not a 1.
Okay.
Yep. And so she begins to hover gently above the ground and breaks out into a grin. And then she grabs at a branch nearby and begins to pull herself hand over hand.
Yeah, that'll work. The trees are pretty close enough that you could pull yourself, then shove off of one just a bit and get to the next one.
This is much more impressive.
It's more fun than I thought it would be. Anyway, guess I'll see you all in a minute. And she's going to hover, float her way from tree to tree, trying to do it as stealthily as possible, whatever form that takes. Probably it mostly means that she's aiming for thicker copses and wider trees so that she can catch herself behind one and hide around and peep around once she gets closer to this area that has been indicated.
Yeah. Let me have, as Echelon moves forward, let me have everybody roll a perception check. DC 20, you have advantage if you're proficient in Arcana.
I'm so excited.
Ooh, okay.
Advantage if we're proficient in Arcana, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Does that include me?
Yes.
That's my best perception roll in a very long time.
Who cut
Just
you?
so
I'm
you
seeing through walls.
Good God.
We see everything. Always.
Oh, wait, sorry, it was a perception,
Mm-hmm.
not Arcana.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 19.
You rolled an
plus-
18 and a 19.
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous.
wild.
A 19 plus 13 is 32.
Why do I even try?
Well,
This is literally what she's built for.
everyone but Array.
Please rub it in though, because it's funnier.
Wait. Ava has to roll.
Ava is rebooting. I can DM just roll a d20?
No. Ava's
Okay,
distracted.
I'm good, okay.
I might have advantage. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
No, I have advantage on insight, a thing we never use.
Yeah, me same Z's though.
Yeah, we'll use it, just not for the thing it seems like we'd use it for. Peach, well, certainly Peach, Shalati, Esmond. You notice something. It's not so much a threshold, but is kind of like the feeling of, while moving through thicker and thicker brush, try not to brush one of the branches until eventually it becomes too thick and something, you brush up against something. There's a red shimmer across Ishtalan, as though I'm not even sure what to compare it to. It's like she's touched something, passed through something. And Ishtalan, you realize there are. Is that the edge of a tree? Is what? There's point spaces around you that are flickering. Something strange about this place.
Feel like the same kind of thinness that the entry thinnesses to the Feywild were like, or something completely different.
No, maybe it is something like that. Not the same as the Feywild, but roll Arcana.
I've been way too good with her. I'm very suspicious.
No, it's more like the portal you guys found south of town. But wait, you realize, maybe all of you realize at the same time what you're seeing. Ishtalan's passed through the threshold of a portal, but it's not a few feet tall. It's miles wide.
What does the air feel like here?
No, it's crisp and cold, but wait, it's more humid than it was. Or sorry, it's cold but more humid, not crisp.
Goes from side to side. Oh.
I'm sorry, do the rest of us still see Ixalan? Like, we still see her?
Mm-hmm.
He looks left and right. Is that line, the demarcation between across the portal, visible?
Well, it's a thing. It's so big that it's not so easily discernible. It's almost as though the threshold itself might be hundreds of feet thick. It's imprecise. It's jagged edged. It's as though, wait, once it gets big enough or you are close enough, it's like a torn edge of a piece of paper. It's not as clean as you would think.
This doesn't feel like the place between, does it?
No.
Oh, okay. She hesitates, and there's a flicker of fear in her eyes, which probably nobody else around can see since she's moving in front. And then she steels herself and continues to move forward just far enough to see this building and see if there's any sign of habitation or threat near them.
You move through the next copse, past the next copse of trees, the snow beneath you undisturbed, and as you move out between two large trees, you see that what you're seeing is not a building. It's two enormous galleon ships, half buried in the ground, covered in barnacles and ice and snow and growth vines. The tattered sails, these have been here for a long time.
Can she judge, has it long time, is it years or centuries?
Roll nature. And I think you'll have advantage because of your seafaring back history.
Oh, okay. I was just going to check if the natural explorer or the... No, it's survival investigation, but...
Dirty 20. Yeah, this looks like the kind of dilapidation that happens when a ship's been abandoned to the rocks for years, not centuries, but years.
No footprints around. No sign of weird flying things either?
Not so far. Undisturbed snow, pristine crystalline ice, barnacles all over the bottoms of the ships as though they were just plucked from the sea and dropped into the forest.
Gives her a lip and then turns around and is going to scoot her way back for the team. When she reaches them, she basically relays what she saw and says, "I'm not sure if all of you realize, but I think we are standing in the doorway of a portal."
The portal itself, can we distinguish where it begins? Like, have we walked through it already, or do we realize that we need to turn around to exit through the portal?
So you're starting to realize the same thing that Echelon already realized, is the threshold is not... It's not incredibly distinct or discernible. You might be halfway through the threshold. You can't see the edges of it. It must be enormous.
Well, yeah, that could lay us by a lot.
Are you sure? I mean, I didn't feel anything. I don't even see what you're talking about.
Pretty certain, and I think Ishtalan just confirmed by... And Esmond just kind of gestures towards the figure in the distance, referring to the ships in the middle of the forest.
I don't know. I mean, it could be like a tree. No, okay, I believe you. But
how long would it take, DM? How long would it take for the door jam device to potentially close this sized portal?
That'll take some calculations, but if best guess instinct... Oh, that might... you would have to make some alterations to the device. It would have to be... a lot bigger. And I think Ishtal's like returning at this point.
You're not paying...
I'm what at this point?
I might have missed it. Did you already return?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She had told everyone about it.
Wait, can you feel Zeph? Did Zeph go through just another portal? It's not really good for...
You realize your connection to Zephyrus feels a little itchy. It's still there.
No, he's still here. I mean, he's traveled through to this place like we have, but there's my connection is fuzzy to him right now. He's still here. It's just it's being affected somewhat. Okay. So I could potentially close this portal, this tear. It would take me a while, and even then, it could take longer still to close it itself. I don't know if it'd be worth us turning around and trying to walk around it.
Well, but there's not dinosaurs coming out of it, so I think it's a good portal.
Well, we haven't seen them. I mean, we do not know how long this has been here. So, there could have been.
Could it be worth exploring the ships?
Yes.
Sure. They've been there for years. Maybe 5 to 10, but not much longer than that. I think they would have fallen apart more. But is there not a risk that every time you use the device, it could break?
Oh yeah, 100% chance of it breaking every time that it's used, which is why when we slid into that alternate Mirrorwood, I picked up another sun gem, the conduit of the conduit of the device itself that allows it to actually operate. So if it were to shatter, we would still be able to use it, but the chances remain still that every time that's used, they could break.
So not really worth the risk. I guess it's detour or detour.
Well, we can't just keep walking straight through because we don't know if there's going to be an opening on the other end of the.
Oh, no. I mean in and out detour and then another detour, or just detour or detour.
Yeah, and I'm still curious about the ship. The thing is that all these tears that we've found are apparently doorways into alternate dimensions of our own world, and they've been we've gained valuable and intel from.
Are they?
I didn't think that the desert place that the priestesses went was really... It's not a part of our world that I know of, or a version of Lux that came to be.
I mean, I'm.
They are not.
It's not.
Folk are not from here, are they? I thought they were entirely.
No, I don't think so. But that's kind of my point, though. If the theory of an infinite number of realities exists, then any number of dimensions could be just like ours, but just as likely any number of them could be completely different from ours. So that desert that the sisters walked through, Araya, that could just as likely be Lux as Esmond gestures towards where they currently are, as this place with the ship in the middle. These ships in the middle of the forest could also be Lux. I'm not 100% certain, but it seems like that a majority of these tears lead to just alternate realities of what our home could look like.
Well, if that's the case, that means that all those realities are collapsing, and these aren't just... I was kind of thinking that they were like a last-minute escape if we fail to save our reality, that we could just hop in one. The best one, the the best optimal one to support life, and we could.
Yeah, I have a theory about that, and I don't think that that's actually a viable option any longer.
If everything is collapsing, I don't think any other dimension is going to be any safer than this one.
I think that all dimensions are collapsing, and our own is the last holdout from that event, and will either be the final dimension to collapse or will be the last one to remain.
But it's.
So a question. Do you think if we do put in the effort and time to close this one, it will help stave off that? Like sewing up a hole in a shirt or something? Or do you think, or what?
No, I don't. The tears that are opening in our world, I don't believe are affecting the stability of our own dimension. Rather, what is happening is the tears are opening pathways that lead into alternate dimensions of our own. And this is all theory currently on my end, but based on some of the notes I've found, I currently feel relatively strong in this theory. The tears are leading to other dimensions that are currently collapsing, but I don't believe that the collapse of those dimensions is affecting our own home. My suggestion of closing this portal is a means of trying to save us some time of rather than walking back and trying to walk around the edge of this portal to make up time, to close it instead and just continue on the path that we were originally on.
I wouldn't risk. I don't think that. I don't think there would be another portal on the other side of this portal. I think that it would be too great of a risk to the device that you made just to save a day or two. This portal can't be days across. It can't.
A few miles. This, what, a few hours? Well, maybe more considering the snow.
I wouldn't risk your device or anything for just an hour or two.
And that's fair. That's why I ask you all for your opinions. But I still do wonder if it would be worth us, before we leave and either close this portal or circle back around it, if we should investigate those ships that Ishtalan you saw and learn what we can from this dimension, or potentially gain additional knowledge that could help us.
Yes.
I think additionally, you might have the instinct as well that, given, say, an hour and probably the use of like the detect magic spell, you could do a bit more study about this tear as well and why it's different from the others.
If you all want to give me a bit of time, I could see what I can learn about this particular tear, why it's so much bigger than everything else, and depending on what I learn, we either turn back and circle around, or we go to the ships and explore those, or we just shut this thing down as quickly as we can.
2 birds, 1 stone. You study it, we go to the ships.
How much time do you need?
Quick pause. Patrick, your microphone switched. You need to switch back to your mic. Your good mic.
Okay, it's back in my better mic.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How much time do you need, Esmond?
I mean, if I want to try and save up on energy, maybe 10 minutes ish, give or take, for me to perform the ritual to cast my spell to detect magic. Otherwise, it would just take me an instant, but just kind of burns energy. So if we're not in an immediate rush, I would prefer to perform the ritual.
Oh, I thought you said study it for hours.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long it'll take me to study it, but if I can keep my that detect magic spell up for about 10 minutes, so I could begin my investigation just kind of see what I can learn in that. And if I need more time, then, I will use up energy as I need it. But I just, figured initially I'd perform that ritual first.
How long have we been traveling today?
About 10 hours.
Okay, so we're a bit close to breaking camp for the night anyway.
Potentially. You could go longer, but or you could camp now.
Well, if we wanted to, we have been traveling for a decent amount of time. Depending on how long it takes, we could maybe even camp somewhere near here. Maybe not on the threshold, because I do not like the idea of what if it suddenly goes wobbly and then we're stuck inside, but maybe you do your
Just wait.
thing, do your study.
Yeah. We'll decide after.
Yeah, there's something strange and warbly about Ava's voice.
You really should take off the owl mask.
We'll just say it's in character.
Okay. All right. Is that better? All right. Cool. Yeah. So, if Esmond's gonna do that, Ava cast a spell on him, give him a little bit of help, and he put him in the thing.
You see Ava's movements become a little jittery. And legitimately in character.
Patrick was describing that he was about to cast a spell on Ava is linking the spell that she's casting, and Patrick is gonna step away for a second and try and fuck around with his mic.
Sure. But in character, that really happens with Ava.
This portal is doing weird things. Maybe one of us doesn't go in.
At least two.
Yes, never be alone, you're right.
It's like I told you. Never go off alone. Always make sure a third person knows where you're going. Go in a pair.
You can disappear even if you go in a pair.
But then maybe at least you disappear together.
Let's
I think that's what she needs to know right now.
Yeah, let's how about Ishlan, can you lead the way and we'll just
Do you want to do your thing here or by the ships?
Camp. No, let's make up camp for somewhere outside the threshold of this portal, and I'll start my investigation of it from there.
Okay. Well, I think that there was that little corpse by the pile of rocks back, 5 minutes or so? Seems like a decent enough spot.
You can't help but notice Zephyr should have been back by now.
Stop doing this, Chris, please. Do I have a... Okay, so I sense that. Do I have a sense of what direction Esmond is? Like
Zephyrus is? I think Zephyrus always knows where you are. I don't think you always know where Zephyrus is. But Zephyrus is you still have your connection with Zephyrus. Zephyrus is still there. But something is a little weird about it.
It's not this strange connection. It's not a familiar feeling to, like, when I lost the find familiar spell.
No, it's not like that. It's almost just, it's almost like a little staticky.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna I'm going to concentrate on this as we, following Ishtalan to the campsite outside of the threshold. I'm going to concentrate on this feeling once we cross over the threshold outside of the portal. I want to
Well,
determine.
funny thing about that. You're not so sure you're not already in the threshold. It's not like the other portal. It's as though the threshold itself might be enormous, but you need more time to study it.
Hey, have we made camp yet?
Does it feel, as I keep walking back toward that point that Ishtalan remembered, does it feel like this strange threshold is weakening? Like this feeling of gribbliness?
Maybe just a bit. Well, before when you noticed it wasn't when you noticed it was not necessarily the moment that it happened. So you realize, oh wait, I mean, the threshold itself could be very large.
It stops when they get to that point, like with the little cops and the frozen stream and whatnot, and says, "It doesn't feel like we've left. I'm not sure if we walked far enough to get out of it. It might not be worth it to go back to investigate the ships too."
Well, if we're in it, and then...
Maybe you just do your thing, and then we go and check out the ships, and then we decide from there.
Sure. Let me do this. And Esmond is going to pull you aside, Ishtalan, and take a minute, and I'm going to cast Gift of Alacrity on Ishtalan. So take a minute and just kind of hold the end of his wand against your forehead with his thumb on the bottom of your neck, and you kind of feel just energy slowly surging into you. So Gift of Alacrity is cast on you, and once that is done, I'm going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
When you cast Gift of Alacrity. So question. You have Gift of Alacrity there defined as a divination spell. Is it actually a divination spell?
That is how it is marked in D&D Beyond. I'll edit it if you say so, but that is how it was labeled. Let me double check. Hold on, please. Yes, first level divination.
Interesting. Is there flavor to that spell? Does it describe actually what it's doing?
There is not, but I have been flavoring it as kind of like up to now. I have been flavoring it as like an enhancement of the recipient's sixth sense about their surroundings.
Okay, let me say this. Out of character. Is it chronomantic in nature?
Yes.
Okay. When you cast the spell, there is it's like the plucking of threads that warble out in different directions from Ishtalan. You can hear them sort of chime around you.
And not even paying attention to it, turn away from her immediately and start ritually casting Detect Magic. So 11 minutes from now, I haven't cast it.
Okay.
Is that something that I can sense as well when he does that, or is it just to his sense?
No, I think, yeah, you notice it as well. It's like the plucking of chords on a harp, maybe, but high in pitch. Almost crystalline.
Does this feel reminiscent of any time that the Angel of Doors came by?
No.
Okay. She kind of shivers and says, "That felt weird." Okay. And so then, do you want me to wait while you do your thing? Could I go ahead and I can go ahead and start scouting it out, make sure they don't have any inhabitants.
Without looking up from where he's performing this ritual, he says over his shoulder to you, it's more of a precautionary measure in case there is anything that we need to be worried about. But yeah, if I'm going to be here for a little bit, so just whatever you're gonna do, go for it. Just make sure, buddy system goes back to what.
I have my vote.
Beth makes a muscle available as buddy. But not quiet.
Shalon side eyes. Shalon side eyes everyone, and just sighs.
So what are you guys doing? Esmond's in the midst of his ritual.
If Echelon heads that way, like without having chosen a buddy, Araya just follows her.
Okay.
Hopefully walking this time so she can like get through the snow behind you and your footsteps. Like you kind of plow the way for her.
I think Islan is gonna start moving away, but she's not exactly stealthing, but she's going to try and do it quietly without like announcing it.
You don't hear a single one of her little footsteps. You'll see. I mean, she's not invisible, but you don't hear her.
You guys are in knee-deep snow, just to mind.
I have special boots.
Special boots. Oh, Peach, go ahead. Okay, well, Ishtalan and Araya go heading off towards the ships. Esmond is weaving his magic. Ava, Kabath, Peach, what are you doing?
Beth trudges through the snow. Peach is up too.
I'm sorry, Allie, you like broke up for me. What did you say?
Oh. I said Kabeth starts trudging towards where Peach is to see what you're up to.
Oh, Peach would be following along whomever. She's not particularly buddied up, but she's moving along with the rest of the group, but she's not taking initiative on her own.
The Kabeth comes next to you, and she's like, "Hey, I know I'm not some cool, fancy, fashionable, strong man, but if you want a buddy to hang out with, I could be that buddy to hang out with you, and I don't know. It sounded like Sal was someone that you really relied on for feeling safe and secured." And she kind of brandishes one of her multiple weapons that strapped to her, and she's like, "I'm also handy for that."
Yeah. Thank you, Beth.
She accidentally knocks her helmet off her head while she's trying to look really cool, and it's like as it falls onto the stone. She's like, "I'm normally not this clumsy." You know that she is, but she's going to tell you that she's not.
I will tell you that you look a striking figure in that armor, Kabeth. Truly, no one wears a suit of armor quite like you do.
That's probably true. Do you think I should put muscles on it?
I mean, what are you looking to accentuate? What? Why?
Sorry,
why?
I gotta hide Kevin's face. Hold on. Oh, well, you were talking about how Sal really, showed off his muscles in a fight, and I was thinking that maybe that would be something that could be intimidating, although as pointed out that, a lot of the things that we fight may not be intimidated by anything because they're already dead, but they're back to life or from another dimension or, that kind of thing. But eventually it might come in handy. And because you can't tell that I'm muscular underneath all this armor. I just look like a giant angry tin can. But
I mean, are you muscular under all that armor?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not. It's not like we share a locker room, Kabea. That it's just, I've seen you get big and strong. I just, I wasn't one to, ask questions of a girl.
I mean, I'm a blacksmith by trade, and I run real fast, and yes, I am very muscular.
Yeah, thank you. You've already been really wonderful to me, helping guide me along and being a shoulder for me to cry on. I'm sorry for collapsing in your arms so often. I just...
You can't tell because she put the helmet back on, but she's blushing and she's like, I don't mind. I'm your friend. I'm here for you to rely on.
Yeah, and I mean, I really do need someone to lean on. It can be really hard, I feel like... Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. She's kind of leaning heavily on Kabeth's arm now and sort of looking up at her. Just walking on.
Well, we look out for each other and it's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, just as a note, you guys have sort of... The two of you are probably at camp because you're setting up camp. Esmond's close by doing his spell.
Oh, yeah. We're not walking so much. All right, so we're like... I know. Peach, chuffs Kabeth on the arm a little bit. Maybe
You realize that Kabeth has walked you back to where she left her pack, and she's like, well, let's set up some more. Maybe make some food.
Yeah, sure.
Peach
will get the mess kit going.
Yeah, just as you're hearing the clang of hands and sound of supper beginning to be prepared, Ishtalan and Araya, two of you have trudged forward. And at this point, Araya, you're catching up to Ishtalan.
Oh, it really was ships. I did believe you. I just didn't. I thought it was a metaphor.
For what? Ships?
For like a ship-shaped building, like ship-shaped building. You come from another dimension. I thought maybe there were different words for things.
You sure we're using the same words, but I still don't understand what you're saying.
See?
And Ishtalan pulls out the short bow from her back, and has an arrow on the string, not actually drawn, just to make sure it's at hand as she moves closer, keeping alert.
Araya has her mage armor, but positions herself behind Ishtalan. When you were here before, did you hear anything? Like, no one, right?
See anything? Didn't hear anything. There's nothing on the, nothing in the snow. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, of course. Things can fly and things can burrow, but...
As the two of you are discussing this, in the corner of your eye you catch something strange. A bit of flickering red.
Looking toward it.
It's not purple, so it's... Arms up. Magic, like, at the tip of her fingers, like, kind of like...
You see something suspended in the air. Jittery. Like a leaf on the end of a branch just ready to let go. But strange, almost geometric. What's that?
Is it a geometric light, or is it actually an object?
You're not really sure from this distance. You'd have to go a little closer.
Gonna go a little closer.
You sneak closer, trudging through the snow. Or are you still walking? Are you still levitating? Or are you?
Yeah, no, at this point, I think she's just walking.
Okay. Trudge through the snow and get closer, and you realize it's like a festival light hanging in the air. Wait, that's Zephyrus. Zephyrus is just suspended in the air, flickering red erratically. There's a thin red line going out to either side of Zephyrus. Back at Esmond. Esmond, you finish your spell.
He's AFK.
Oh no, back at Shalon and Araya. Yeah. He's just there in the air. It's like his wings are flapping, but they're not moving. Wait, are they moving? It's like he's caught in a single moment.
I think, put up her shoulder at Araya and says, "Do you have any kind of way to poke him?
I have a stick.
Without, I guess that works too, but..."
Well, let me think for a second. I do have a magical hand, and Zephyrus is quite small, so I can maybe use that.
Yes, maybe try that, and if not, then I'll try poking him with my sword.
Okay. Right. Okay. Not with your sword. Zephyrus is very small. I don't know if you have a Zephyrus where you're from, but Zephyrus is small and fluffy, and there's not a lot to him.
Not trying to kill him. There's
but your sword
a flat there's a flat on the blade too. You realize
Okay.
it's not edges all around.
They seem to be edges all around when I'm facing them, though. Yeah. Okay. So, so she concentrates, and it's like a glow of light around her hand, and then her hand just keeps going, the glow of it, toward Zephyrus. Let me see if I can just grab and touch him.
Your mage hand plucks little Zephyrus out of that moment, but as you do, you grasp him in your mage hand, but echoing out from him like the chords of 1,000 strings plucked. Little dashes of red go in every direction, seeming to bounce off of trees, just off of spaces in the air, off of the ground, down beneath the ground. And as it cascades out around you, you realize it's a web.
Don't like that. Let's run back to the camp now. And she's going to grab Araya, and she's not quite strong enough to actually pick her up, but she's definitely going to hustle her.
Oh, yes, no, I believe you. Okay. Can I have grasped? Can I have grasped Zeph?
Yeah, you've got Zephyrus, and the two of you turn back and begin rushing back through the snow as you're moving. Whichever you is in the back, roll a perception check.
Probably me, because I'm pushing her ahead, but...
Okay, yes. No, because you are in the back, because I was in the back previously. Ha! No, you did say it. You pushed me. Oh, thank God. Don't make me perception check. Oh my God.
20. Shalon, as you look back over your shoulders, the two of you rush back towards the camp. You see as though you're watching the moment when frost begins to form on the surface of a pond and spreading crystals. You see something forming in the air where several of those red lines so briefly converge after you plucked Zephyrus out of the air. It's suspended between the two galleon ships. You make out a central mass and long crystalline legs. It's a spider 30 feet long, suspended in the air by something between those two ships, and then as the ripples fade from when you pluck Zephyrus, it's gone.
This is a terrible place.
Giant spider, keep moving.
What?
The giant invisible spider, keep moving.
And so you come spilling back through the woods back to camp.
We need to not camp. It's terrible, Ez. Terrible. Here's Zeph. She'll mage hand thrusts Zeph into Ez's arms or shoulder, hair, your poncho, into your poncho, gently.
As the two of you get back to camp, Asmund, you've just finished casting your spell, finished getting some understanding of what maybe is happening here. You realize, whereas the tear you found just south of Shepherd's End was two-dimensional in nature, it was a tear in the space in front of you. It had height and width. This is something different. It itself might cover miles, hundreds of miles. It might be irregular in shape, not only in space, but in time. It might be bigger in the past than it is in the future, or bigger in the future than it is in the past. Another world overlapping with yours. Not just a doorway, but a cohabitation of two realities.
Yes.
And you've already been in it. You've already been in it for miles.
Do I get the sense that you said that whatever this place is, it's cohabitating with our dimension? Do I get the sense that these two planes are basically coexisting simultaneously on top of one another, so that if we were to continue forward, we'd still be traversing towards the stone tower? Or would we have to...
But as Ishtalan and Araya spill out from the woods, with your detect magic still cast, you can see the thin red lines of some kind of chronomantic magic spread out, webbed through the trees, through the surrounding area, and they all converge at the center of Ishtalan's chest, where you cast Gift of Alacrity. And you see the trees sway, one of them abruptly. Something's moving toward you.
As they're returning, I'm just going to. I mean, as Esmond is blank faced, like his mouth is slightly agape as he's as his hands are outstretched, and he's receiving all this information through the device on his gloves. But as the two of them, Ishlan and Array, return, he's going to turn. He turns and sees that red line bouncing against the trees, and sees whatever is approaching, and will just turn towards it and brandish his wand and just yell out, "Behind us!"
Giant invisible spider.
As
she pushes Array ahead of her and then whips around.
I moved
to
a lot
cover
fast.
behind something, pulling on the bow.
I grab Peach's hand, and Peach, you feel a ring slip onto your finger, and a touch of something magic happens.
Girl,
And
we had a moment, but come on.
I say, "Don't take this off. It'll help protect you." And
Secretly,
I'm
she's more
casting a spell.
I'm still in mourning, thank you.
Yeah, could that
Alright, well, as this thing approaches through the forest, jostling another tree, the six of you spin to turn to face it. You get one round of preparation.
I'm cat. Hmm. Enhance ability strength on Kibeth.
Whatever spell you want to cast, and things you might have just been describing, everyone gets one turn to make preparations.
Does what I cast count as my turn?
Yeah.
Peach squeezes Kibeth's hand back and casts heroism on Kibeth.
Oh, this doesn't work like it used to. So, bear's endurance on Kibeth.
If you have a spell that takes a bonus action, can you do both? Can you use an action and a bonus action to cast a spell in the same turn?
Yeah, as long as one's a as long as, well...
I don't have cantrips, I am a paladin.
Yeah, then just the one then. You can still only cast one spell per turn that has a level of 1 or greater.
Got it, okay. As a warlock, I only had spells that took actions, I didn't have anything that took bonus actions, so I'm like, this is new to me!
Patrick is having mic issues right now.
Okay.
Patrick says he's going to wait to see the map before he casts something.
Okay, well, let's take a 10-minute break.
Great.
Kibeth, does Constitution feel like the best option?
Everyone done their one turn of preparation?
I was going to say, so I cast that spell on Peach and apparently moved away from her. And I will also pull out... Does this creature... Like, have I seen this creature yet? Or is it invisible?
Yeah, you haven't really been seeing it. You see maybe like a little flicker at its edges. You get the idea that it's a spider, but it's very difficult to see.
I shall pull out the Javelin of Lightning first, and I'll have that in my hand.
Hearing Ishtalan yell something about an invisible something, and turning to see something coming or following them through the trees, Esmond is going to take his brandished wand and turn it towards his forehead and drag it, and yellow runes appear and absorb into his flesh, and he is casting See Invisibility on himself.
Okay. So you are dropping Detect Magic and casting See Invisibility?
See Invisibility is not a concentration spell.
Nice. Yes, Esmond. When you cast that spell, the creature becomes more visible to you. You can see the shape of it. It's scurrying along the forest floor.
When I see it, can I infer that it is invisible or harder to see for everyone else?
You could easily make that guess because it seems to be ethereal in nature.
Got it. And or tangentially related, Patrick is still getting set up. He says he'll be on shortly.
Okay, yeah.
He had to restart his computer.
Cool, yeah, we can continue to pause for a minute.
I rolled a 2. I'm getting my bad ones out now.
Can we use a point to have the creature not roll a natural or roll again?
Yeah. You could use Throw of Fate to have your roll initiative.
Does anyone have extra fate? I've got like 4 after tonight.
Can't ask that kind of question, Ava.
That's
Very,
true,
very
I can't.
personal.
That's very true.
You know what? This feels
sure,
appropriate
but-
for Esmond. I'll use a spark point to have the spider re-roll its initiative.
Do you want me to re-roll, take those 2 rolls that I had, and then just add what my modifier should be? Because it looked like the token wasn't connected to the sheet.
Yes!
Oh, hell yeah! Nice!
Well done!
Sorry, Sean, I didn't entirely understand your question. One more time.
So when I tried to roll initiative on my icon, it looks like it wasn't connected to my sheet, so it didn't add in the proper modifiers. Do you want me to roll them again, or just take those rolls and add them manually?
Oh, just roll again, because that'll be the same odds of whatever. Natural 20.
Echelon is on it. She's like, I got your number, spider.
So that's 34 initiative.
Nice.
What? What?
I kind of laugh when you cast Gift of Alacrity, because she's like probably the character who needs it least right now.
They don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know
you
who
didn't
you
know
are.
that, but
Yeah, we don't know what you're made of. Like, what are you good at, Echelon? Echelon's like, I melted to the goddamn shadows. I'm like, oh.
Alright, so we have one spell we do right before anything, right?
Yep, you get one spell that you can cast pre-combat.
And I rolled a nat 20 for my initiative.
Nice. Yeah, so you and Ishtalon both got natural 20s. Which of the... I assume Ishtalon has the higher initiative within that group. Okay, yeah, so you and... Yeah, it'll be Ishtalon, Kidbeth with surprise rounds.
Am I able to use my reaction in this surprise round to announce?
Not until your first turn.
Got it. Thank you.
Right. Your preparation spell, Ava. What is that?
Just put it up there. And that'll be, I guess, let's see, it would be Ava, Esmond, and Kibeth, I think. Yeah.
Man, everybody's casting things on you.
No.
What did you do?
You guys have... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to think who would make more sense. Yep, I guess Kibeth. That's what I said, so that's what you did. You guys add 5, 10, 15? 15 points to your max health.
Yeah.
Okay.
And record
and that's regular HP, right?
regular HP, not temporary. Record it separately so you don't mess up your max hit points.
Correct.
And you can heal up to the new number
Yes.
during this
Yeah.
fight, yes? Okay,
And you're bloodied at half the new number.
cool. But temporary HP does not stack, so it's ever which one's the highest.
No, HP will stack on top of this.
Well,
No. I'm asking Chris in general. Temp HP, it's like if you can't get temp HP from multiple sources and they don't stack, you just get whichever one's highest, right?
correct.
But this is not temp HP.
I have 3
Okay.
other sources of temp HP right now because everybody's casting things on me, and I was like, okay, yeah, get it right. Okay.
You're only tank now, girl.
you have become the main character. Everyone has to like cast or support things on you.
I'm too much of the goofball to be the main character. I'm the comedy person. I'm
You're not,
comic
though.
relief.
Sorry.
Lucky
No, you've never
company.
long bottomed and now you're the hero.
Didn't ask for this.
All right. Everyone ready? Anyone need more time?
I think so. But just to make sure, Allie, the 15, then you'll take whatever temp on top of whatever I gave you. Okay, just making sure.
I got you. We were talking about different things. I was asking Chris something, don't worry.
Ishtalan, you're out.
Alright, I still have no idea where this thing is, do I?
No, but it was approaching from the east.
Right. Yeah, because that's where it was wrong from. Sad to lose this surprise. But she's gonna move. Is this difficult terrain? Or no?
You deep snow. Since it's affecting everyone, we'll just not make it. Well, let me think about that, because some people might have abilities. Yeah, actually, it is. Yeah, you guys are in difficult terrain right now, so if you have abilities that make you not affected by that, they'll actually do something.
Mobile.
I think, and using a reaction to delay or to hold turn, I can choose either reaction or bonus, right? Not both. Here.
If you're holding, you can hold any or all of them. It's just you choose which one to activate with your reaction.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna move back a little bit. Let's see. Up just to here, because that's where she can go. I think this map does not have Euclidean. I think it's by default.
Yeah, let me fix it. One sec. That should be fixed.
Actually, no. I think it'll make more sense. Go here. Okay. Yeah, I guess she'll just move over there. And she's turns around and she's gonna hold her action until she sees some sign of where to shoot.
Okay. Holding your action. Beth.
I'm going to move. Let's see.
Alright, what do we have?
I'm going to turn to Peach and just say, don't get too far away from me or the spell will end. But I'm moving forward. And I'm going to move up. I turn to and I'm like, where is it? And I look around. I'll hold my action.
Alright. Alright, so that was the surprise round out of the way. Now the main round. Ishtalan, you're up.
Yeah. Still holding.
Still holding. Kabath, you're up.
I guess I will just throw the javelin of lightning with the chain return attached to it in the direction that my friends ran from. And see if I hit something.
Get throw.
I've never used this before. Let's see.
Ping for me where you're throwing. Okay.
Directly that way. Because I assume that's the direction of the portal.
Yeah, that's the direction they came running from.
That's a rolling to hit. And the javelin itself has a little thing. Hold on. Oh, that's a long description. So when I hurl it and speak its command word, which I assume Shalati taught me, I don't know what it is because I was never present for any sessions that it was used. It forms a line of 5 feet wide that extends out for me to a target within 120 feet. I assume there's no other invisible creatures in the way. I do not know if I hit it. You can let me know what happens.
Right. So I will roll a saving throw as though you hit the creature. Whether or not that is true, who knows?
I guess I don't... Do I roll to hit? Or you just make a saving throw?
Well, this creature, you don't actually know where it is, right? You're kind of guessing. So I probably won't do the hit part. But we'll still do the saving throw. Ishtal?
So the surprise round counted as the first round of combat?
No. Well, sorry. For the purpose of what? Because I'll probably give you the benefit of whatever.
Yeah, for my class.
Yeah, if you get a first round only sort of thing, you get it for both the surprise round and the first round. Or whichever one you use it first on, I should say.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I'm still holding for this round then, but...
Alright, so presumably if you hit the creature, it made its saving throw, roll your damage.
Okay. So reading this, since this is the first time I'm using this, so since the chain can extend as far as 60 feet, the javelin wouldn't have its 120 feet, then it would go as far as 60 feet.
That's true.
So it stops 60 feet in front of me. So even if it's invisible, it can't make impact just because I can't see it. That's what you're saying?
It's possible, but I'm just not giving you feedback on whether or not that hit. Just roll your damages, though.
Okay.
Roll your damages, though.
Okay.
You hit.
I'm going to have to set that up so that it does.
I feel like the javelins are actually a bit weird in that I believe their max... how do I put it? I think the max range is 60, or either that or 60, 120. But it sort of goes against the lightning bolt, so I wasn't sure if the lightning bolt is magical and it's just the lightning bolt, but the javelin goes somewhere else. You know?
It's magical, but the javelin just travels farther when you use it that way.
Yeah, I pulled the descriptions directly from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's just it's
so
special.
That's 17 lightning damage.
All right, there's a crack of lightning in the snow. Steams between you if that creature is there. Oh, it must have gotten burned.
So, sorry, I need to just read this real quick. Okay, so I can use my bonus action to activate the clockwork device and return it to my grasp.
Yes.
And then I roll a d20, and a 1 to 3 means it can't return to me. Looks like it makes it back to me, and I can attack twice on my turn when I use the attack action, so I can do it again, right?
I think. Yes, nothing. I don't think anything is prohibiting you from doing that.
Okay. I'm gonna try it again. I have no sense if I hit anything, right?
Yeah, you're not sure. You might have, you might not have.
I'm going to aim it a little further to my right this time, so I'll ping it.
Okay.
Kind of that way.
All right.
That's a 9 for the attack roll, but that's just for the javelin hit, right?
Yeah, that's just for the javelin.
Yeah, but you make a saving throw for the lightning part.
Oof. It's a natural 20. Even if you hit the creature, it wouldn't have taken any damage from the lightning.
And I can't use my bonus action on... I already used my bonus action, so I guess that will just kind of hang out until my next turn.
It's just hanging out. Peach Pine, you're up.
Peach will use her movement and cunning action bonus action to keep up with Kabeth. And then when she gets to where Kabeth is, she'll kind of like trip forward in the snow. She's not, moving with any grace. Just say, Kabeth, just be careful. And you'll get a bardic inspiration. D8, Kabeth.
Sweet, thanks.
That'll end my turn.
Alright. Esmond, your turn begin.
That looks much bigger up close.
You see this creature scurried along. You see.
Holy fuck!
Don't like that at all.
You see that there's a strange shimmering, like, displacement to the creature. Its feet are passing through the snow and some of the trees, the limbs of the trees, and not disturbing them. It's just moving through them.
Am I getting any... I still have Detect Magic up. Am I getting any kind of read on what this thing is or how it works?
Yes, you are detecting an aura of magic. Presuming it's in range, right? You get 60 feet? It's in range. You are catching the edge of magical aura. Please roll Arcana. I think advantaged for you.
Would that be triple advantage then? Because Ava did cast Enhance Ability
Triple advantage.
earlier.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a 27.
Yes, 27 is the highest.
All right. So there's something unusual happening here. Normally, being able to see the aura, the magical aura of a thing would not reveal a creature. It would have to have a magical spell cast on it. But because the strangeness of the presence of this creature in your world, you are picking out an aura, the nature of this creature. It is chronomantic in nature.
Why you gotta say the bad word, Chris? Ah, that's a bad word.
I just sent Sean the phrase time spider.
Do I have... Fuck. I know that this is my first turn, so like you can tell me if this is too much, but like, all right. So I understand that it's a chronomantic aura in nature. Do I have any clue as to what the fuck that means, or like how to stop it from being chronomantic?
It's just what it is. You've never seen anything like this before, aside from strange happenstance.
Oh man. Would that Arcana roll verify for me if I could reveal the creature so everyone else can see it? Or is its invisibility based on its nature not necessarily a spell?
Yeah, no, you're able to see it because you can see the ethereal plane. It's not invisible.
Okay. Well, we're going for a long shot. Esmond turns and see this giant fucking spider across the way, and going to drop Detect Magic, and he's going to reach into his satchel, pull out a small steel ball, click a button in the center of it, and toss it, and it's going to separate into 4 moths that are going to spread out and shower a red mist in a 20-foot square over the spider. I'm casting Fairy Fire.
I'd like Fairy Fire to me, please.
So that'll be a DC 17. What is it? Dex save? Yes, DC 17 Dex save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the magic washes over the area, passes right through the creature to no effect because it does not exist.
What else you gonna do?
Chris, I'm 404 and real bad right now. I don't know what to do when you tell me something doesn't exist.
That's how Esmond feels.
I like this. Out of character, we're like, it's just a dream, and so it's gonna be fine.
And confirm the rest of us can't even see this fucking thing.
That's true.
Oh my god.
It doesn't exist. It's fine.
Yeah, what is happening? We don't even know.
Someone did yell what it looks like, though, right?
Spider.
Shalati.
The giant invisible spider.
Sorry, Echelon.
Hey, Chris, can
One yelled giant invisible spider. Oh my god.
those lines you talked about, can you repeat what you were saying about the red lines? I was a little away during part of it, so I didn't catch all of it.
Yeah, they seem to be fanning out in multiple directions, woven between different objects, and many of them converging on the center of Ishtalan's chest, where Esmond had cast Gift of Alacrity. And Zephyrus was also trapped in some of them. It seemed as
But Zephyrus is no longer trapped in any red lines.
yeah, Araya snatched him free.
Seeing the red line trail and seeing Fairy Fire having no effect, I don't. Gift of Alacrity isn't like a concentration spell or anything, but I don't. Is it possible to stop its effect and see if that cuts the connection to the spider?
Mm-hmm. And cast a spell magic.
I already cast a spell, so I can't do that right now. Fuck. Esmond is just going to everyone hears Esmond cast the spell, and he's looking in a direction, and he just, after it has no effect, Esmond's gonna yell, it's there. It doesn't exist though. I don't know what this thing is. And I guess it's gonna be my turn.
Did you point in a direction to where it was?
Yeah, his arm is still kind of lifted up in that direction that he pointed, or that he threw Fairy Fire.
Oh,
So
wait.
to clarify, you're pointing in this direction that the arrow, the line is now pointing in?
Yes.
I think Shalati will want to take her action now if she can.
Okay. I messed up, by the way. Araya, reroll your initiative, and let's put you back in. I accidentally deleted you.
Oh, I get a reroll because I rolled it too.
Well,
so
It looks like you
You'll get the
deleted
same.
me.
Yeah, I've got an invisible version of you. Yeah, it must be a different, actually, character. Okay, weird. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm also out of
Trying to
turn
get
order.
that.
Yeah, it's weird. You're visible in mine, but I think I have a duplicate of use in the thing. So yeah, both of you reroll your initiative and just put in the numbers you had before.
Go ahead and put everybody back in so I don't have to have so many turns in a row. That's fine.
Hold on. I gotta find it.
Yeah, so, okay, what happened was you guys were already in initiative from last battle, and I deleted some of the wrong ones, I think.
Oh. I would love my second roll.
First roll, sorry.
I know. My face real.
Okay, that seems to work. Yeah, so on Esmond's turn, he had revealed the location of the creature, or at least the general location. So Ishtalan, you are taking your held action.
Yep. She does not pay attention exactly to what Esmond was saying about it doesn't exist, because that's nonsense. How can it not exist when she saw it? So she is going to spin around, and it's a bit awkward because it seems like he's pointing in between the trees. But she's going to kind of shoot in this direction, basically.
All right, give it a roll.
Hasn't acted yet. I believe I get advantage on this roll. For whatever that's worth.
18 to hit. Now you fire off the arrow, and it flies. And as true as you feel like an 18 is, it passes through nothing. It's a tree in the distance.
Undeterred, she is going to try again.
Give it a roll.
And she will... Oh, no, she can't, because... Okay, yeah.
DM, would you message me or describe to me what these attacks look like against the time spider?
That should be a natural 20, as I believe she still has advantage.
Yeah, the moment threads out before you, you've practiced this motion uncounted times. You let the tension of the bow slip from your fingertips, and the arrow twists and warps in the air, and then it's gone out between two branches of trees right where the creature should be. Flies into the distance. It's a tree.
What light? Fuck. And that will be it.
Quebec, your second turn.
I'm gonna move here and then up to here. And I'm like, I can't see it. Oh, shit! Before I moved, I'll use my bonus action to retract the chain before I just drag it between my friends. What was that?
Just a bonus action.
I roll a d20.
Yeah. Back in your hands.
And then I move. Because that makes more sense. And
each.
No. No. And I'm going to stash the javelin and pull out the greatsword instead.
Right. You can, You can switch weapons for half your movement. You don't have to use that for both.
Okay, cool. And I will hold my action.
Alright, action held. I feel like these turns are messed up. Do we have two Esmonds? We have two Esmonds. Which one of those is your real initiative?
What? I only see one.
I can see two in the 2 in the
Oh,
initiative. Did you have a 21.13 or a 15.13, Esmond?
You had a 21.13. I don't see the a second as.
I can see them. Doc, you're up.
At the beginning of Doc's turn, I'm going to use my reaction. Seeing that nothing is affecting the spider, Esmond's going to follow the red line to Ishlon, and he's going to yell, Doc, follow the red line to Ishlon. Focus on that, on my spell. Cancel it. Please.
Okay. So Ava, she can see the red line?
No. Well, no, actually, can't.
Okay. She's trouncing through the snow and looks like she's about to cast something when Esmond calls out. And she looks over towards Echelon and looks around sort of frantically trying to figure out what red line that he's talking about. And she sort of like looks back to Esmond and then looks to Echelon, and the only thing that she caught from that was something about canceling his magic. So she hopes that she's doing the right thing, because it doesn't feel right. Esmond, okay. And she cast Dispel Magic on Echelon.
Right. Let's see.
Does it only operate one spell at a time, or this strips everything?
One spell.
So
what's the level of Gift of Alacrity?
Gift of Alacrity is level 1.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, so she traipses through the snow again, feels that, looks confused, and then takes a second, sort of shakes her head, and focuses and starts to sort of close her eyes just a little bit and reaches out, trying to separate the sensations of the energy between Echelon and the essence of Esmond's magic, which is sort of suffused with her, and parsing those a little bit, sort of in her hands, twisting her fingers a little bit, she sort of undoes one of the connecting points in it, and the spell sort of dissipates, and Echelon, you feel, I guess, less alacritous.
Gift.
So, wait, any spell doesn't that mean everyone? Or I guess it could be every spell.
Well,
is it every spell or just one?
It's any of the spells.
Okay, so it's a spell, any single spell.
Any single spell.
Okay, all right, then yeah, and that's all that happens. She keeps the rest of her magic.
She feels a weird sort of twanging as the that harp string effect lets go, and looks a little queer for a moment.
Ava sort of looks around and just waves towards Echelon, sort of still looking around, trying to be like sorry, and then she looks hurriedly towards Esmond's direction. She's like, "I did it! Was that it?" And then I guess that was end of turn.
All right, it's the turn of the Temporal Weaver. As the lines, the threads connecting, converging on Ishtalan shatter. Esmond, you see the creature on its turn. It seems to react to that. And it starts to relax and turn and move away. But then it pauses. Esmond, please roll a...
Roll to be juicy, or not juicy.
Yeah. Please roll a Wisdom or Charisma ability check. Your choice. Tell me if you beat 12.
Did I wear my juicy sweatpants today? Let's find out.
Did Sal leave you a piece of...
Oh my god, Sal's pants wouldn't fit Esmond. It would be bad luck. The opposite.
Little pair of butt pads.
It's a 10.
What?
Oh, Sal's pants look terrible on him.
What?
Is that,
Wait.
is
What
that
was the DC?
Can I give you a
12? Is that going to
can I give you
stand?
a point to
Oh.
reroll that?
Because Kabeth, you can use a point to have me roll.
Yeah, I'll give you a snack point if you don't have any that you want to use.
I'll take it.
Oh, wait. Remember, though, this is an ability check, not a saving throw. Are they the same stat for you? Are they the same amount for you?
Oh, was that a saving throw? Yes, they are the same. Let me double check.
If they're the same, that'll stand. But if they're different, you can reroll it.
I did not mean to roll that one, but okay, I guess. Oops.
Sure. We'll stay with the 10.
Yeah, I don't have any bonuses for saves. Sorry. Yeah, it's a straight 3.
Okay. So, do you want? Does Kabeth using a snack point so you can reroll that 10?
Yes, I accepted it.
Okay. Reroll.
I just did.
Wait, you told me you didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
Keep it. You definitely meant that. That was definitely intentional.
Did you mean it? If you meant it, you can keep it. If you did not mean it, then you have to.
I mean, I was pulling up my I was pulling up the thing. I have it so that the dice rolls on the screen.
You tell me. If you rolled it on purpose, you can keep it. If that was an accident, reroll it.
I mean, I meant it. I just didn't mean to roll it at that time because I was trying to pull up my character sheet.
Okay.
Well, no. Okay, I didn't mean to roll that one. I'll roll it again.
Okay.
Sure, whatever. Let's rock and roll.
Ooh, a 21. Well, with your 21 well above a 12, the creature pauses and senses temporal aura interesting enough to stay around for, and it turns its attention back toward you.
You look too juicy. That was a juicy roll.
Wait, did I want to roll under 12? What the fuck?
Yep. DM gotcha.
Wait, you wanted to keep Why
Chris.
did you re-roll it? That's awful.
The creature goes skidding forward across the ground.
I had a sensation.
How is that wisdom?
You get to choose between wisdom and charisma.
Oh wait,
He
it
chose
rolled a
wisdom.
natural 1. It doesn't go on this turn, right?
Oh, it went last.
Oh, alright.
I've forgotten to go. What is the heck?
It strangely... Oh, that's actually true. Yeah, you would have gotten to go first. The creature moves across the ground, and as it gets closer, it uses its bonus. It does a little shuffle. It uses its bonus action to become corporeal. You see its little feet sink into the snow behind it. Its legs clinging to the trees make the branches sway, and snow drops onto the ground. Okay. And you see its little mandibles, its little palps begin to articulate. There's a little building of, seems to be some kind of bluish energy. There's a burst out forward from it. Let's actually use our new fun thing.
Ooh, are we gonna see a rainbow?
And let's see a little rainbow. Where is it? Ha! Alright, if you were inside of that, which I think is honestly just Ishtalan Esmond, please make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
What if it's overlapping our square?
If it's more, it has to be more than half your square. It has to be half your square or more, I should say. Just barely touching you is meant to. All right. Did you both make it?
Yes, 20, natural 20. Dirty 20, sorry.
I'm rolling for Typhon. I don't know why. Doesn't matter.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know if Typhon can be affected by this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that fully fucking... this is the worst.
The two of you managed to dive out of the way as what seems to be... is it light? Is it web? You're not entirely sure. Pours out across all of you. But Typhon becomes entangled in it, and you see him start to flicker, move erratically, and then vanishes. Oh, wait, Esmond, you can still see him. Typhon is on the ethereal plane.
What the fuck is happening, Chris?
Aurea, it's your turn.
She's going to quicken spell mirror image on herself and then cast sacred flame at the spider thing.
Ooh. Sacred flame. Mirror image.
I'm gonna quickly make sure that I don't need to move forward first. Yeah, I'm fine. It has to roll a dexterity save of better than 17. It's a spider. It's gonna totally be fine. Never mind.
Dexterity save 17. Let's see.
It's 19!
No, it's 1.
2d20. Wait, what?
No, I think it's 1 plus 19 were the rolls, and it took 19 as the higher of the two. One of them was, it has advantage on dexterity saving throws. So it got a 1 and a 19, and the 19 plus 9 was 28.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. This is a fucking spider. They're like 8 legs of dexterity.
It kind of
Whatever.
plods out against the ground.
I'm gonna back up.
But you've cast mirror image, right? So there are 4
Yeah.
of you now? Okay.
Yes.
Ishtalon, your turn.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, I think she can still see it, right? Yeah.
Yes, you can still see it.
Cool. She knocks another arrow and, focusing on it, whispers a word and with her thought sends some magic spiraling toward it and is going to okay. I don't love how this is going to turn around, but she gives her, she releases the energy that's been spiraling around her, and impelling her feet, and is going to shoot at this thing, which gives. Oh, she's going to use Zephyr Strike, so she has advantage on this roll, and will deal an extra 1d8 force. And since that, she is also going to mark it as a favored foe And we'll try to. She's going to focus and use sharpshooter and sneak attack. I'm going to use this, so there should be double advantage. Okay, so that is with everything. So it's 25 to hit. And that will be 27 piercing and 6 force.
All of it is effective. 33 total?
Yes.
Alright. The arrow flies to the air, strikes true. Roll insight, please. Alright, 20 on insight. Yeah, the arrow strikes through, pierces a part of the crystalline carapace, but is as accurate and precise as that shot was. You dealt damage, but you also realize that arrow barely penetrated. This creature is incredibly strong.
She swears under her breath, and then swears a little bit louder, and says, "Maybe we should run." But even as she says that, she focuses, is going to
Actually,
cast Sentinel Mark on it.
Yeah, in response to taking that instance of damage, it uses its reaction, vanishes from view. Esmond, you see it back on the aerial plane. You see its eyes fix on Typhon.
Chris, no! Don't bully!
Can someone do a super cut of just all the times we yell at Chris just across this campaign?
Shalon, still your turn.
Yeah, she's gonna move a little bit over this way. I guess since she doesn't actually have anything else to do with her bonus right now, she will dash. Head like here. Well, actually, she might withdraw a little bit and then use her bonus to hide. I don't know if he'll do anything any good. She doesn't know where it is, but she's gonna attempt.
Sounds good. Peach, your turn.
Peach is gonna follow a similar move to Shalati. She'll nod to Kabeth and say, I'm just gonna tuck away here. And she will retreat back to where Shalati is, and she will also take the hide action after dashing to get here. Hiding.
Esmond.
Esmond pees himself. God.
Tell me first, how does Typhon react? Describe to me what Typhon's doing.
Typhon doesn't react. Typhon is a robot. Okay. Typhon does not have a personality. Typhon just helps out when I need help.
Continue.
So it just stands there without not understanding what has occurred. Oh man. Jeez. Okay. All right. Okay. Does Esmond understand that the spider is targeting him?
You definitely saw it look directly at you, and now it's looking at Typhon. If you want to know, it's in, like... No, yeah, I think it's fair. It was looking right at Ishtalon, then it looked at you after the spell was broken, and now it's looking at Typhon.
If... Oh, man. I don't know if this is an Arcana check or something, but if I were to... If Esmond were to hide in a pocket dimension, would he be able to trick the spider into thinking that he had disappeared?
Roll Arcana first.
I still have advantage from enhance ability early.
Yeah, 31. As long as that pocket dimension's not the ethereal plane, you should be okay.
Yeah, okay. Esmond is going to step back 15 feet from where he currently is, and he's going to reach into his satchel and tie a excuse me, a piece of weighted metal to the end of the rope. And he's going to produce a shocking grasp into it, which causes lightning to travel down the entire length of rope, and he twirls it quickly and throws it into 30 feet into the air, and it holds in the air, and the end of the rope disappears. And he's going to yell for everyone, "Okay, guys, everyone get in here now. I think this might work." And he just cast Rope Trick.
You see a rope extends into the air, vanishes into nothing.
Roast you, Ez!
So yeah, that's 30 feet above me. I'm not going to be able to climb it now after. Yeah. I will step aside and wait for other people to begin climbing it. I cannot climb it with my remaining movement.
Okay. All right. It exists. Keep up.
Chris,
Mhm.
remind me, when you hold your action, how does it work with movement?
You can... So, you don't have to specifically hold your action. You can hold anything that you had remaining, and then you just use your action to declare what you're using. So, for example, you could use your action to then use any remaining movement you had, or a bonus action, or an action, your choice, depending if you had them remaining.
Okay, but you can only use your reaction to trigger one.
Right.
Okay. I use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor, which is an evocation spell, which I don't think is anything temporal.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. Yeah, so I cast Divine Favor on myself. I'm going to... Kabeth just looks really confused about what's going on. She will move towards where Ez is standing and kind of stand next to him. I'll stand a little further away to not block anyone, and I'll turn and say, "I'll wait till everybody else is up, and then I'll follow them up."
As you run over, you see Esmond's eyes are far wider than they usually are. He has a far deeper concern than you typically see on him, even given our current circumstances.
I will gesture to our friends on both sides, like, come on, come on. And I'm gonna hold the rest of my turn, I guess, waiting for everyone else to climb the rope first.
All right, Doc, you're up.
Yeah, Ava is concentrating. She currents of energy sort of inside her start to change as she uses her. I guess it's. Sorry, it's not. Starry form, turning into the starry form. So little bits of light sort of emit for a second and then sort of fade into her. And she's going to, as she's trudging through the snow, she cast one spell. What is it? Sanctuary on herself. She's saying all this, just casting magic on herself as she's trudging through the really tall snow towards other people, not making it very far. The rope seems very far away, and she's just like, what the fuck? She's super confused. She thinks it may be her fault. She wasn't supposed to cast what she did on Echelon. Maybe that wasn't it, because it didn't seem to help. So anyway, she trudges through the snow, and it's the end of her turn. I'll move her.
It's turn of the temporal spider, Esmond. In the ethereal plane, you see it twitches its little palps, and then it dashes towards Typhon. And it lashes out, grabbing onto him with its forelimbs, pulling him towards the mouth. It's a 22 hit Typhon.
It does.
Takes 44 points of piercing damage, and please make a Constitution saving throw on place of Typhon.
No, I'm not going to. I don't need to. Typhon explodes.
Okay. You see this Typhon is ripped apart by the creature's anvils, little bits of gear and wire spilling out across the snow. Creature seems to be gathering little bits and pulling them in. Araya, your turn.
I don't see. Wait, I do see the spider now. Do I don't see?
Oh, I'm not sorry. That was just frozen.
Okay. Is there like a thingy on the map where you could put the rope trick, or is it just next to you?
It's the square to my right.
Excellent. If I dash, is the snow like absolutely ridiculous, or do we get our full movement speed?
Difficult turn.
Okay. I get halfway there. Using, like, my action to run. Which leaves me a bonus action. Is anybody hurt? No one's hurt. Yeah, I think that's really all that I can do right now. I'm gonna hold my bonus action, which can be a heal, just in case.
So you moved. Did you like move and dash?
Yeah, I ran as an action and ran as my ran.
Okay, sounds good. Shalom.
She is hearing that. We'll do something similar, so she is gonna run.
Yeah.
Going this way, using her movement and bonus to, I think she has to come up behind Araya, because she doesn't have the movement to get around her. I don't believe. But she will use her reaction to hold that will be it for me.
Sorry, just a second. Peach is gonna dart around this bush, and she will happily run up the rope trick. She will use her combined movement and bonus action to double move through the snow, and then she'll use her remaining movement to climb. She will have enough, hopefully.
Just remember you're in difficult terrain, so move and move, and then you'll need... climbing is also difficult terrain unless you're a thief.
Okay, then how high is the rope?
30 feet, Esmond said he placed it.
Okay, then Peach is gonna hang out here at the bottom of the rope with Ez.
Esmond, you're up.
Movement action, I'm climbing the rope. That's
Alright.
a total of 70 feet, so that should be enough to get me up there.
Alright, roll DC 10 athletics, please.
No,
It's
I'm
my
not doing that, Chris.
too! Oh no!
Chris, come on, man. Which acrobatics you said? You said acrobatic.
Athletics.
Can I
Remember how last time?
Can I give
took-
him bardic inspiration? I didn't do that.
No,
Previously,
not in...
No, oh no.
Oh, you
My
seem
boy.
struggling. It's just like when you guys had gym day back in Shepherd's End.
Gym days
Peach
suck.
uses a
I'm
point
using
of spice so that he can re-roll that. No, Peach encourages him. Peach says, "No, Ez, you can do it!" And you feel encouraged. Peach uses a point of spice so that Ez can climb the damn rope.
Give it another roll.
I don't want to.
It's so bad.
Alternatively, I could trigger my turn and literally lift him and boost him up, probably.
I might need
Potentially.
help.
Let's give this a roll. Oh, that's enough! Encouraged. Esmond, hand over hand, feet kicking, sliding against the rope, climbs his way up the rope trick and vanishes into the space above.
I've never climbed anything with such ferocity before. Esmond will not leaning out from the extra dimensional space, but he will be ready to help grasp people to kind of pull them in if he can.
All right, so Kabeth, you're about to get your real turn. Do you want to trigger your held action at the end of Esmond's turn?
Nobody else needs help right now. So no, I'll just use my real turn. I'll use my bonus action to get big.
Ooh. Growing in size.
I can dismiss that though, right?
I assume there's probably rules for it.
I guess it just lasts for a minute. I thought I could dismiss it. Maybe I won't get large because.
I think I've been letting you guys dismiss that one.
Okay. We've never made it past a minute since doing it, so I'm like, it's never mattered.
If I remember correctly, Vanya was able to dismiss her giant whenever she wanted.
Yeah, I think that's
Cool.
fine. You don't need to be stuck as trap.
All right. That would be very inconvenient sometimes. Yeah, I'll just get large and I'll hold this turn, making sure everybody makes it up there. I'm literally there to lift you up into the air if you need it.
Oh, a Kabeth evader.
Doc, you're up.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Yeah, Ava's just gonna continue towards the rope. She's... Let's see, how far can Ava get? She's gonna cast Long Strider on herself as an action.
Alright.
And then she's gonna try to move a little bit closer to this rope. You know what? Never mind. I take that back. I'm not gonna cast Long Strider. I'm just gonna walk 15 feet this direction. Bonus action. Let's see. Looks like could probably grab Araya. Araya, you feel a little force giving you a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a help, dragging you, giving you just a little bit, 5 feet, just a little bit closer to that rope.
I'm willing!
She willingly comes. Great. Ava moves 15 feet closer and holds her action.
It is the turn of the Temporal Weaver. Aspen, you're totally up there in there.
Fully in there, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like everybody else to roll Arcana, please. Oh, wait, no, never mind. You're not sure what happens. Araya, it's your turn.
I'm
Someone has
gonna,
a +1 to Arcana.
So, do I have to wait until... Beth, are you gonna use your bonus action to boost me, or like how does that work?
I
'Cause
have an action
am-
held. I could
Hell yeah!
help you
Just,
out.
I'm gonna yes, with all my heart, because I last time spent an entire game trying to get up a rope.
Quebec's just kind of standing there, like with arms waiting for you.
Thank you. I'm just gonna set my character on top of Ez's character. I think that makes sense for like spatial.
Yeah, I think
Folding.
that makes sense. With Kabeth helping you, lifting you up there. Yeah, using your action, you help. We'll say Array gets up there for free.
Cause I'm gonna roll my athletics.
Yeah, how
just to
tall
see how
is-
bad I would have gone.
How tall is the pocket dimension? Does she go out the top? Beth just throws a little too hard, and she just goes.
I didn't
Hits
say I
the
threw
ceiling.
her. I boosted her so she could
That's
reach
an
the
11.
very bottom edge.
That's enough. You needed a 10.
Huzzah.
With a bit of help. Up you go. Climbing the last little feet. It's like you did it all on your own.
It is. It is.
Ishtalon.
So much better.
It moves a little bit more that way.
Let me ask a question. Araya, where is Zephrys?
In my mage hand, well, I technically stuffed Zephyrus into, like, the timing of our arrival, but, like, was to offer Zeph to Ez, but it could still be clutched in, like, my little mate, my dirty mage hand. Just, like...
Okay, sweet.
Like, I would have been offering it to him, but he was, like, in a full trance when the offering could have happened, so, mage hand.
Okay, so you have Zephrys. Okay.
I think what she is going to... is 30 feet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She does not stick around, but she is going to... She slaps Peach on the shoulder and says, "See you up there." And it's going to gives her a guidance. And then will swarm up the rope, which she has the gloves of swimming and climbing. So she moves. She can use her... She doesn't have to use double movement, basically.
Perfect.
Did you say swarm up the rope? Like...
Yeah, she bursts into a dozen little tiny echelons and...
No, but I honestly, I believe that your characters could eventually turn into, like, a bunch of snakes and just be like...
There was a potential future.
100 snakes climbing a rope.
I'm okay with that.
Excellent.
They just kind of like go over each other and they form this really bulky rope. Anyway, she basically just goes hand over hand, effortlessly, or making it look effortless.
It gets very
Into
mandalic
the
after a
space.
while. Okay. Up Ishlan goes. Gone. Peach.
Peach's turn is next. She follows Jalon right up the rope.
Alright. Yeah, you can movement. Okay. DC 10 athletics, please. Oh, probably from both of you. Oh, no, Ishlan doesn't have to, but DC 10 athletics from Peach.
It's a close thing.
Oh, right on. Up she goes. Skirts vanish up into the Esmond, you're still up there.
Correct.
What's it look like
hold
inside
on.
your? What's it look like inside your rope trick?
So with the rope trick, you can only see out of the space that you enter in through the extra dimensional space, like a window in the floor. So the actual space itself is warmly lit, and there are almost like looking at the flickers of a fire. There is the traces of what appears to be cogs and gears kind of lining the walls of the space.
Like a little secret workshop. Okay. Beth. Or Esmond, did you want to do anything? Are you hanging out?
I'm holding my action.
Holding your action. All right, Beth.
I'm still waiting on Ava, right?
If you want to.
I mean, Ava's the last one besides me who's not up there.
Looks that way.
Waiting on Ava.
Doc, you're up.
Ava trudges the last 10 feet through the snow. Well, 5, 10, 15. The last 15 feet through the snow and looks up at the rope dangling down. And she's like, I can't make it up yet.
Is she not in front of it?
Oh, no, she is in front of it, but she's out of movement for the turn.
Can I lift her up?
On my
She's
map,
quite heavy.
On my map, Ava is still 10 feet away. Is that true?
Yeah.
I haven't moved this turn yet. Sorry, one sec. I'll move her. I thought it was the square. Is it the pink square?
That's the rope. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm 5, 10, 15 feet away. So I moved that, and I'm standing at the rope.
Okay. If you're standing at the rope, I can use my turn to...
Bush just throws her 30 feet in the air.
All right. When we get to your turn, because it's not your turn yet.
I held my turn.
Didn't you use that to help party?
No.
She used her last held.
Another turn has elapsed, so I held another turn.
All right.
I have a free turn.
You can do it. Yeah, you can help Ava up.
All right.
Up you go.
Ava goes up and into the pocket dimension. Woof. She's up there with everyone else. She's like,
I look around.
what are we... She looks around for just a second, and it's just like, what are we... What was that? What are we doing? What... Esmond, what are we... Can we hide here? Forever? End of her turn.
Alright. Kabath, describe to us what it looks like as you help Ava up there.
I bend down on one knee and I kind of gesture for the person to step onto my knee, and then I have them step onto my shoulders, and I hold their legs and I stand up so that theoretically they should be high enough to reach the bottom of the rope, like the bottom of the opening.
Just like that, you help your friend Ava up into the extra-dimensional space. Now it's a turn of the Temporal Weaver.
Hold on, I just have this vision though of when Kabeth did that for Araya. Araya's skirts like covered Kabeth's face, and Kabeth is like, like looking like straight ahead, but like completely blind to what's going on. So she just stands up. She's like, okay.
Nice.
The tail
Oblivious.
across her eyes.
The tail might have, like... The tail does what the tail does, like...
Carry on.
It is a turn of the Temporal Weaver. There in front of you, you can't see anything at all. Just the marks in the snow left behind from when the creature was last corporeal. You know, unseen, looming there above you. Nothing seems to happen.
Do I have any idea what's going on?
You see nothing. Araya, it would be your turn. Do you want to do anything? You're not transmitting.
Oh, sorry, I had a weird one open.
You're currently hidden up in the rope truck with all your friends.
On Esmond, she's going to cast Sanctuary. Just in case it's still on you, maybe? Yeah, just Sanctuary on Ez.
Okay. Ishtalan?
She seeing everyone is in here, right? Except for Quebec?
Mm-hmm.
She crowds by the little portal that presumably peeps out onto the snow and then sticks her head up and sort of telescopes around, or periscopes around to see if she can see anything.
Yeah, you see Kabeth standing in the snow, the snow all around, scuffled and messed up. You don't see the creature. You don't see Typhon.
You hold out a hand toward Quebec and says, "Come on. It's actually surprisingly cozy in here." And she'll wait for Quebec to put her hands in hers, and then we'll basically try and brace herself to hold her up. Presumably, if she shrinks herself.
Sounds good. There, you're waiting with a hand out. Esmond, your turn.
I'm going to hold my action, but Araya, as you cast Sanctuary, Esmond, despite the comfort of the space that we find ourselves in, Esmond is shivering. His eyes are wide, and you see him sweating some as he stares straight down, waiting for Kabeth to come into the space.
Kabeth, it's your turn.
First thing I do is become normal sized again. No need to drag extra mass up the rope and then take up space. And then I'm going to climb that rope.
Right. Do you see 10 athletics, please?
That's 19.
Oh, 19. Practiced. Strong. Up you go. And then the last of you, up the rope, into the space.
The second that she's in the space, I'm pulling the rope in, following her.
Everyone's up inside. There's no more movement in the snow.
Realizing not what that we need information and we can't just be up here, Ava's gonna cast Calm Emotion. And Esmond is gonna probably chill out just a lot. He feels a lot better. Yeah, you feel, concentrating the energy inside of it, you feel like this wave of tension and relief sort of go away from you. The adrenaline that was coursing through you ceases, and instead you become calm and feel clear-headed, as though fully present, and as if you might think of it at your absolute best when you're ready to take a test, one you know you've studied for.
Just before you cast that, after Esmond pulled the rope in, he immediately falls back, slamming himself into the wall of the space, and sweating heavily is just whispering to himself, "He was right, he was right, he was right. He was was right. He was right. There's some. It's my fault. Why? And then calm motion. Thank you. No one saw it down there, right?
Didn't see anything except a spider. What is it? Where are we? What? We just need to figure out what we're gonna do. How long can we? I don't understand anything right now.
How long are we safe up here, Esmond?
In an hour, an hour, give or take.
What happens after an hour, Esmond?
Despite being calmed down, Esmond is still shivering some. The spell ends. If we don't exit by then, we'll just kind of fall down about 30 feet. So, hour-ish, give or take.
Okay. I couldn't see it most of the time, so okay, how can we prepare in an hour? Or what is it, really?
It doesn't. Oh, this space and it's something about this place is wrong. Do you all recall when Vithedrian told us about what happened at the tower all those years ago?
Why don't you refresh our memories, Esmond? Some of us ain't remembering things right.
The verdicts conducted a raid. A bunch of verdicts conducted a raid on the tower. The person that was living there was doing something wrong, and Vithedrian clarified that it was something that we had never heard of, called chronomancy, or chronomantic magic, which has something to do with manipulation of time, and that creature was chronomantic in nature, so it existed and didn't at the same time, and it was following that thread, that red thread that was connected to you, Ishtalan, the one that I put on you, and I'm sorry, I didn't see it before. I'd never seen that thread before. It's
But it was also connected to Zephyrus.
You definitely saw Zephyrus caught in some kind of red web thing.
You
In
pulled
time.
Zephyrus out of your sleeve.
no, I take Zephyrus and I hold him against my chest, trying to calm myself some more.
Ooh, quick question. Do you still have Detect Magic cast?
I don't.
Okay.
If I cast another spell that requires concentration, even if it fails, I would drop Detect Magic, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, Detect Magic would have faded.
Okay. Yeah, we're just about done. Okay.
Actually, speaking of the red threads, in a panic, Esmond would cast Detect Magic again. No ritual, just immediate casting it this time.
Yeah, searching
looking for more red thread.
Yeah, you look between your friends. You don't see any, but you see, let's see, with the faintest. You're all clustered together, but you see the faintest auras of. Make sure I get these right. Yeah, link detect magic for me, actually. Oh, no, never mind. I think something else. Yeah, no, looking for those red threads. You don't see anything. Yeah, looks as though for the moment you're clear.
Okay, all right. The red thread. It was the one that you saw on Zephyrs. There was one on you, Echelon, from that I had connected to you by accident, and that somehow got connected to that creature, and it was following you. And then when Doc was able to get rid of it, she ruptured the connection, so the creature was no longer following you. But then and Esmond gets real quiet. Actually, kind of curls in on himself.
I put that right back to everyone.
He was right. He was right. Of course, he was right. I thought he was just kind of mumbling to himself now. I thought he was delusional, old, sick, maybe. But he's a verdict. He couldn't be wrong.
Ooh, right.
Say that again?
He's just mumbling to himself.
No. Press.
Who was right?
The Vethedrian verdict, because he was right. Of course he was. I don't know why. I don't know why me. The creature started coming after me because I have an aura of chronomancy surrounding me as well. And I don't know where it comes from.
You just cast that thing that attached it to me, right? Wouldn't it be some kind of residue from that or something?
No, it was a spell that was solely connected to you that had that wouldn't leave any trace effects on me. I didn't even know that spell was a type of chronomancy. It was something I just kind of picked up. I thought it was this sort of divination.
Maybe you're just, like, really unlucky, you know?
Yeah, I think I am.
Oh, it doesn't mean that, that doesn't happen to all of us sometimes. But, like, just in the moment, it's almost like a roll of the dice just kind of didn't cast your way.
Well, but it was when you were actively casting that it was interested in you.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't actively casting.
But you had cast. Maybe
nothing that would have gotten its attention.
Well, I think anything's getting... Well, right now, nothing's getting its attention, and it's just going to go away, and then we're going to sneak, and you're not going to cast anything, and we'll get away. It'll be fine.
I mean, it didn't seem interested in me when I was just hanging out down there, waiting for all of you to go up, but I have no idea what's going on. I couldn't see anything. What do I know?
So, it's interested in you, Esmond, because of the magic that you have, but It's more interested in the concentrated form, like when you cast on something. Okay.
Maybe it'll lose interest and it'll go away after we wait for a while.
Right. If it was interested in you, then why did it take? I assume it ate Typhon or something since he disappeared.
God, no. That spell it caught us and it didn't affect us, but it pulled Typhon into the ethereal plane and it destroyed Typhon. I don't even know if there are parts remaining that I can scavenge.
And as Espen mutters those words, you can see through the opening in the bottom of the spell, snow. You know that down there, out there, the creature is waiting. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Oh, didn't get to. Hey, Kabeth, how do you feel about being bait?
I may not be able to play next week, so go ahead.
The perfect bait.
Perfect.
Perfect bait.
All right, folks, I'm calling it a night. Good game, everyone.
Good game.
Bye.